All right, welcome back, Tower Talk listeners. Thank you for tuning in to this month's episode of Tower Talk. We're going to jump right in. We've got a very full episode for you today. I'm going to start with a market recap. We finished quarter 3 at the end of September, and I'm just looking at indexes around the world here. Canada, the TSX is up nearly 24%. S&P 500 in the States is up nearly 15. The FTSE 100 in the UK is up 17. Even in Europe at large is up 10%. In China, the S&P China 500 is up 31%. I mean, if you're looking at your accounts, you're also seeing that, hey, you know what? It's been a good year. In fact, it's been a good 2.5 years in markets. And we're really happy about that. And I don't I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but I just do want to say there has been a lot of talk about, hey, are we in a bubble, particularly around AI? Which is a fair question. Valuations are at incredible levels. And I think, no one really knows, there's always some bubble lurking somewhere in the market. But what I will say is that this is a good time to remember to be diversified. If you're with Tower and your whole wallet's with Tower, we have made sure that you're well diversified, because if there is a bubble, because markets will not go up forever, there will be a pullback at some point. Hopefully it's not too bad, but that will happen. You want to have assets in fixed income in particular, just because then you'll be able to experience much less of that downturn. As an example, gold and silver are also up incredible amounts this year, which are generally risk off assets. So there's some concern, there's some mixed signals there. But yeah, if you have any specific questions about your account, you let me know, and I'll turn it over to Mark for the next topic we're going to be covering today.
So keep your portfolio diversified is the message, because we're in October. Octobers are terrible for the markets, and the back half of October is particularly the bad time of the month. And of course, it could be November this year, but we do expect some kind of a pullback. Be diversified. Tarek wanted to talk about the philosophy of money for a little bit, so we're going to do 3 minutes on the philosophy of money. I'll start, and then Tarek will bring it home. Money is not the measure of our value. There are reasons to argue that we want to make as much as possible. There are reasons to argue that success tells a person that they are being good and they're doing good things. It's a little bit of an artificial indicator. What we want to say is healthy philosophy of money means we want to accumulate, we want to do well with what we've got, but when we have a business failure, that is not necessarily a personal failure. There may be other things going on. We may have needed to change our business model. We may have needed to change some of our partners. We may have needed something else. And maybe we'll come out of it much stronger for having been through that downturn. So, first point on the philosophy of money, healthy philosophy of money is my value is not in how much I make or how much I have in my bank account or how much is on savings at Tower. Although we think a lot more of you when you have more with us at Tower. Anyway, Tarek's going to close this with the application, or what is the real measure of our value?
Absolutely. So, the philosophy of money is something really important to how we advise our clients and how we help them navigate these life transitions. The big thing I always try to remember is that money is a tool, right? And I know a lot of people say that. But when I say it's a tool, I mean, we forget that it's not just there to accumulate, it's there to help us then do other things with it. So it helps with security, it helps with, maybe education, ensuring your family's safety, things like that. And similarly to if you had a contractor who has a hammer, right? That's his tool. But then he started to collect hammers and he's got all the hammers and he tells you, hey, I'm the best contractor around because I've got all the hammers. You would
That's a
not use
good
that
illustration,
contractor.
Tarek. I like
Yeah,
it.
he that contractor is missing the point, and that's kind of our philosophy of money. We want to help you accumulate wealth. We want to do a great job at that, be excellent at what we do, but so that you can then meet those goals and build that house, that metaphorical house I was talking about. I think that's a good summary of our philosophy of money.
Hey, I'll double tap that nail. Nice little illustration by saying the purpose of wealth is to do well.
Hmm.
If we can use what we have, what we've earned, what we've accumulated over time and different things, if we can use it to do well for the future, maybe even for all of eternity, if we can do that, we've achieved the purpose of wealth. And we've also developed a very healthy philosophy on money. I'm
Absolutely.
down to 9 seconds on 6 minutes. I think we're done, Tarek. You gonna bring us home?
I think we're done. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, concerns, always reach out and let us know.